Yo, it's your boy TDB. This is TDB After Dark, episode 45. Nick versus Cuba. We're gonna talk about Nick Shirley going to Cuba thing. I'm not gonna probably get to everything today on that because it's a 30-minute video. But ooh. All right, cool. I don't like that source. Hold on, give me a second. I'm still all right. That's better. Yeah, I'm still getting a couple stories together and everything. But yeah, we're gonna talk about that. Trump is getting impatient with Iran. Some Hantavirus situations, and a mayor is found guilty for being a foreign agent. We'll talk a little bit about that, and a little bit, and just one more story. Y'all know the deal. Like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate everybody coming in, man. Y'all could be anywhere, but out here with me today. And we're gonna talk I want to talk a little bit about football real quick, just slightly. There's Thursday night, I believe, that's when the schedules come out for the NFL and stuff. So they've been doing a lot of hinting. And this supposedly one of the first Thursday night games is gonna be Buffalo showing the stadium, playing the stadium and everything. That's a new stadium. It actually looks pretty cool. So that's about it. And then we know Dallas play New York, and I think I didn't see who the Seahawks play, but that's just a little bit of that. Probably talk more about that Thursday when the schedule actually come out. So apparently there was a fire in Tulsa. It's a refinery.
Oh shit.
Where's it gonna look? That's not a good sign, man. This happened in Tulsa. This is one of the refineries. Holy mother.
Well, that's what we can't tell. But yeah, the flames are shooting way up in the sky. Wow. Woo!
That's not good.
Yeah, look at it. They're trying to contain it. Look.
Hopefully they contain it and get that back working. That's gonna make gas prices go up a little bit more, depending on which refinery that's it. Well, if that refinery deals with nothing but oh, cool, change the thing. But yeah, so let's get to the Hantavirus. I wanna spend a lot of time on this Nick Shirley video thing situation. So let's see. All right. Because there's a lot of stuff going on about Hantavirus and COVID, the similarities or whatever. I'll let the news say. I don't know. I haven't read anything on Hantavirus. Like when COVID happened, I remember back in November 2019, I went through a whole process of going to find like the like medical journals and stuff they were talking about, like how COVID worked and everything, and what to really look out for and everything. I go really into the nerd stuff on that, trying to figure out what's going on, and because like it was saying something about UV rays, it wasn't really, it didn't survive that. A lot of viruses don't survive UV rays, to be honest with you, and about how it travels and stuff. So hence, I know one thing I heard is travels through ras con, similar to like the Spanish flu of 1919. But let's see what they got to say.
Set for 17 Americans and a British national are back on U.S. soil after disembarking from the Hantavirus hit. This is on a cruise
It's
ship.
Hantavirus, that's how you say it.
In a biocontainment unit in Nebraska.
And around the world, there are now 10 total confirmed and probable Hantavirus cases from the ship. ABC's Alex Stone has the latest.
Today, health officials are insisting the risk to the public is low.
We have this under control and we're not worried about it.
President Trump echoing that confidence that the hantavirus will not spread to a wider population.
We think we're in very good shape. We're very careful. And Nebraska has done a fantastic job.
One American citizen is now in the biocontainment unit at the University of Nebraska Medical Center. That person testing positive for hantavirus after disembarking the ship. 15 others are in a quarantine unit in Nebraska.
So I don't think this was a yo straight up like cruise ship. It was on like a special type of thing. It wasn't like a Carnival cruise or something like that.
Being watched for symptoms, all flown back to the United States after being on board the MV Hondius.
There's a structure in place to make sure that no one poses a public health threat.
Those 15 at the University of Nebraska who are in quarantine have not tested positive, and they could decide in the coming days to go home to watch for symptoms. A CDC official
Oh, I mean
and would not fly home on a commercial flight. A couple from the ship are also at Emory University in Atlanta. One has symptoms of hantavirus. Initial genetic tests now confirm the hantavirus on the cruise ship is the known Andes variant and rule out any relevant mutations, according to Spain's health minister.
Let me be crystal clear. The risk of hantavirus to the general public remains very, very low.
Today, the ship's captain thanked the crew and guests for what he called an extremely challenging few weeks. That quarantine unit in Nebraska is described by doctors there as being like a hotel, while the biocontainment unit more like a hospital. Alex Stone, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Now, public health officials maintain hantavirus is significantly different from COVID-19. Now, COVID-19 spreads between people within 6 feet of each other through respiratory droplets. Hantavirus is spread by rodents and generally not from person to person. People get infected by breathing in air contaminated by rodent waste. Hantavirus poses more of a risk to pest control workers, campers, and construction workers.
So, yeah, with that being said, like the ones, like what I'm worried about now, looking at this, you said pest control campers. Who else camps a lot in the heart? You're homeless. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to really watch out for that. Like especially high population places where they got a lot of rats, like a lot of places in the East Coast, a lot of places, a lot of big cities in general, but majority like your Phillies, your New Yorks, your you know, that type of thing. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like we just got to keep an eye on this. Just by the fact they say campers, that gives me some type of pause. Because I mean, like I said, it's a lot of homeless in some of these areas. So watch out for that. Speaking of California in home, this is from California. Cardio media, Elaine Wang admits acting as a foreign agent for China in a plea deal. Let's go see. Let's look at this story. I'll go here. I hate these damn ads. I got so many goddamn ads. The mayor Arcadia admitted to acting as an illegal foreign agent of China, resigning from her position in a shocking federal plea deal unsealed on Monday. Elaine Wang, I heard that name from somewhere, agreed with prosecutors that she worked with the People's Republic of China to boost propaganda with a fake news website on U.S. soil between 2020 and 2022. She was elected to Arcadia City Council in November 22. The city is located in San Gabriel Valley in LA, within LA County. Wayne, 58, worked with her fiance, Yang Mike's son. So they like to go use have Americanized name on a website called U.S. News Center, which claims to be a news source for Chinese Americans, according to court documents. In reality, the pair were carrying out Beijing's order through the site. Wang and Song, executive directors from the Chinese government, posting propaganda designed to boost China, all while reporting back to their masters with screenshots showing how many people viewed the stories, according to the pre-agreement. Hey, by the way, look, this is crazy. This happened because Wednesday, Trump is going to be meeting with President Xi Jinping. Oh, that was spied on Taiwan too. Oh, that's crazy. So yeah, in one case, Wang's spy master ordered her to post pre-written news articles, including a PRC, People's Republic of China, official written essay in the Los Angeles Times. The plea deal states, quote, there is no genocide in Zhangjiang. Oh, yeah, I remember that story. Y'all don't notice there's been a lot of uprising, a lot of little crazy stuff going on in China that's going on, sleep on the rug. Man, like there's a whole wormhole to go through with that. There's no such thing as forced labor in any production activities, including cotton production. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. Spreading such rumor is to deflame China, destroy Xinjiang, that's in Xinjiang's safety and stability. Quote, world Wang's master according to plea agreement. Wang compiled and her handler wrote back so fast. Thank you, everyone. In another case, Wang PRC boss commended her on the page views received by the certain piece of the propaganda. Wang wrote back, "Thank you, leader." Okay, yeah, she was a true believer. Wang pled guilty to the federal charge at her arraignment in downtown Los Angeles on Monday afternoon, facing a maximum of 10 years in prison. LA top federal prosecutor Bill Saley said this is not the first time China has been caught trying to exert its influence on in the United States. Miss Wang is the latest to act as an agent for the PRC, and it should terrify Americans that she was able to rise to the highest level of local office in her city, Saley said. On the terms of plea agreement, Wang admitted that she acted under the control of Chinese officials who promote propaganda in the United States. Prosecutors in 2024 charged Sun with conspiracy and acting as a legal agent of Wang. Said her relationship with Sun ended that year. Her ex-lover also served as campaign manager for her city council run. The mayor of Arcadia is drawn from the council on a rotating basis. Or she was getting in. Hold on. Did she became mayor? I think she did become mayor. Yeah, she was a mayor. Let's see. What was I? Wang tried to distance herself from Sung in 2025, saying she, quote, not responsible for the actions of others and would not resign from the post she didn't held on the city council. Sun in February was sentenced 4 years in federal prison for acting as a covert agent for the PRC, People's Republic of China. Quote, for years, Sun received and executed taskings from Chinese government officials, distorted our public discourse by disseminating Chinese propaganda and surveil groups in the United States that China viewed as threatening. I wonder how many people doing that. Said Assistant Attorney General of National Security John Eisenberg. Prosecutors said Sun and his PRC boss sought to turn Wang into a political star in hopes that she, or Manchurian candidate, that she would achieve high office and further China's goals in California. Wang in 2024 told the Los Angeles Times that she had relocated to Southern California from China 3 decades earlier. She said mother was a doctor of Chinese medicine, acupuncture, and her father was a physician in Saskatchewan province before he got a job working for the USC. PRC has attempted for years to influence U.S. policy and governance through propaganda and espionage, prompting counterintelligence officials in 2022 to warn about Chinese increasing use of overt and covert means to influence policy making. Hey, talking to you, Swalwell. Hold up. Yep, this game, I didn't even read it. It went straight to Swalwell. The United States House of Representatives Ethics Committee in 2022 disclosed a 2-year investigation into allegations that disgraced former Rep. Eric Swalwell, I just said Eric Swalwell, I didn't even see his name there, had ties to an alleged Chinese spy named Christine Fang, who volunteered on his congressional campaign. The committee warned Swalwell of the possibility that foreign governments may attempt to secure improper influence through gifts and other interactions. I wonder what them other interactions are. In a letter sent at the probe's closure, federal agents last month raided Lancaster City Hall and the homes of the pair of politicians from the high desert town in an investigation reportedly exclusively by the California Post. Links between the two men and the Chinese-based electric car manufacturer BYD, which is running America's first trials on electric buses in the city, which is crazy. They'll make you think about the electric car situation. Concern that was that the buses could be used for spying. You don't say. So yeah, that's a crazy story. So it makes me think, man, how many other people out here are just working for a foreign agent and everything, man. And I know a lot of people heads gonna go to the Middle East and go to. I mean, they all doing it. I mean, you think Great Britain don't have anybody, or France, or everybody got somebody working in tech or something, man, to further their economic ambitions or whatnot. So I mean, it's part of the game, actually. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna talk about this real quick. Let's see, man. I'll let this play. So I mean, Trump is getting a little frustrated right now, y'all.
There are only 2 countries in the entire world that could ever get that stuff out of there because we don't have the equipment and nobody else. They said China and the United States. So I just want to let you know those pilots did an unbelievable job, very dangerous job at 1 o'clock in the morning. Think of it. No moon, no nothing. We had no light purposely. And every single one of those bombs were right down an air chute in a granite mountain that exploded.
Hold on, let me see.
And they are unable to get it, even if they wanted to.
Hold on.
But we're not going to take a chance, so that's part of the deal.
So, sir, are you saying they agreed to allow the removal of all their enriched uranium?
Yeah. Well, they did it 2 days ago. They didn't. Okay. They did 2 days ago. They said, you're going to have to take it. We were going to go with them, but they changed their mind because they didn't put it in the paper. So when they sent us this document that we waited 4 days for, that should have taken 10 minutes to do, look, very simple. We get that. They guarantee no nuclear weapons for a very long period of time, and a couple of other minor things, but they just can't get there. So they agree with us, and then they take it back. But they said to us that it was so badly obliterated, was the word they actually used. That was my original word. Then it got challenged by some of the fake news.
Shit.
And it wasn't challenged with any knowledge. It was just challenged like they were hoping that this wouldn't have been so successful. No, it was obliterated. We have the greatest military in the world. I built it largely in my first term.
All right. Let's see. It's a little more. See.
When they say, does he have a plan? Yeah, I have a plan. The plan is very simple. You know, in war, you have to change. You have to be flexible. You have a lot of plans, but you have to do different plans in different days. But I have a great plan. But the plan is that they cannot have a nuclear weapon. And they didn't say that in their letter.
Mr. President, has the leadership changes that you've talked about in Iran, is this still a leadership that you believe you can negotiate with and ultimately reach a peace
I think so.
deal
Well,
with?
you have two. You have the moderates and you have the lunatics. And I think the moderates are more respected. The lunatics want to fight till the end. You know, there will be it'll be a very quick fight. But I call them, you have, just like our country, we have lunatics too. I call them lunatics. I call them stupid people too. But in Iran, they have the moderates.
Trump is petty as hell.
And then you have the lunatics. And I guess they're a little
Trump
bit
is
afraid of
petty.
the lunatics, but, and why not? The level of ferocity for protests, you know, the people are watching it. They want to go out on the streets. They have no weapons. They have no guns. We thought the Kurds were going to give us weapons, but the Kurds disappointed us. The Kurds take. They have a great reputation in Congress. Congress says, oh, they fight so hard. No, they fight hard when they get paid. So I'm very disappointed in the Kurds, but they were given. I said it wasn't going to work, by the way. I just have to say it. I disagreed with what they did. They gave it. I said, they'll never get there.
Hey, Genesis 1, you peeping game too. Like, I didn't miss my words. He's losing patience. And I think he really wants this stuff to be done for the World Cup. And if you really want to get down to brass tacks, man, he's getting a little patient. He think they playing with him. Rightly so, because like you put something in the paper, you take it out, and it'll take 4 days for you to bring it back in, and all this little games. You know, he's almost like, look, hey, I'm not done playing with you, because like they have no leverage, and they see the greatest leverage he got right now is the fact that this hurts China more than us, so he could China could sell them out, be honest with you. Because Iran's got you. Only thing China really wants out of Iran is the oil. I mean, if they get oil and they keep getting oil like they've been getting, and no matter we run the show or not, like they still getting what they want out the situation, they'll turn on Iran. Because their main focus is you know, being a bigger dog in the East. Like, I mean, I'm just, maybe I'm misreading it, but that's how it looked to me. Like this is like right now we paying probably like down here we paying $4 to $5 a gallon, depending on what you're driving, right? But over there, like they're not even getting gas in some cases. Like it's only for like the higher ups and the billionaires type of situation. It's ironic it happens that way. Yeah, hey, he's in a. I mean, he's doing a lot. Genesis 1, he's doing a whole bunch.
And I was right. I like to be right. In this case, too bad, but we sent some guns with ammunition, and they were supposed to be delivered, but they kept it. I said they're going to keep it, but what do I know? I've only been doing this a short period of time. What do I know?
For the time being, the ceasefire remains in place.
What?
For the time being, the ceasefire remains in place.
You know, it's unbelievably weak. I would call it the weakest right now. After reading that piece of garbage they sent us, I didn't even finish reading it. They said, I'm not going to waste my time reading it. I would say it's one of the weakest right now. It's on life support. They understand these are all medical people. And Dr. Oz, life support is not a good thing. Do you agree?
Bad prognostic.
I would say the ceasefire is on massive life support, where the doctor.
What the hell is massive life support?
Sir, your loved one has approximately a 1% chance of living. Yeah.
Mr. President.
Yeah, you hear that? He's losing patience. I think he lost patience. When he said it like that, he lost patience. So, yeah. And here's another thing. Now, this is gonna hit your neck of the woods, Genesis 1. And I doubt anything of this happens. But Alberta, Canada secessionists say they have submitted enough signatures to trigger a vote to leave Canada. It must now be approved to come to a final vote. This is huge. The pages of this. So, oh man, that's a lot of people signing up for this.
Edmonton is showing up.
Look at that line.
Just goes on and on.
Edmonton don't got that many people up there like that, man. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. This is one. Alberta, like, it was it like what 5-6 million people in that state, roughly. I know. I mean, because I know they got Edmonton. I think Calgary, Alberta. Yeah, Calgary is gonna be pretty decent size. Calgary is in Alberta, right? Last time I checked, I think Calgary is in Alberta. Let me just make sure. Yep. Calgary and Edmonton should. Yeah, that's about 5 million. I thought, yeah, that's a lot of people. Y'all understand? Like, if Edmonton got that many people standing in line, that's a lot of people. Hey, it's still snowing up there? What's up, Just Jay? That was in Edmonton, so yeah.
Peace, it's victory.
Yeah, so that's what's going on there. They trying to get up out of Canada. All right, this is the main event. This is the main event. So this is what the Nick Shirley stuff is, and I went a little bit over this. He was talking about how he was getting hemmed up and everything. And he been on Patrick Bet Davis podcast, and he talking about this. And this drop, I want to say, this dropped Mother's Day. So let's read.
What percentage of people do you think are suffering here in Cuba?
La mayoría. La mayoría.
What's your thoughts on communism? ¿Qué piensas de comunismo?
De lo más malo que ha existido en la vida ha sido el comunismo. Porque realmente ninguno es comunista.
None of the gas stations are even in operation right now.
Okay.
Because there's quite literally no gas.
We stand out like sore thumbs here, so they're wondering why we're here with cameras, interviewing people. They want to know what's happening and what people are saying. That's why people are not talking to us much.
They're asking why are we trying to leave the hotel early. Cuba right now is facing one of the largest humanitarian crises in the world.
Wow.
Cuba's government is a one-party communist-ruled country, and they are facing massive food shortages, daily blackouts, and a lack of medicine. And right now, a U.S. blockade is restricting oil and gas from coming inside of the country. With communism and socialism on the rise in the West, I wanted to see what life in communism is really like firsthand, as Cuba has been.
Man, this dude, this is a crazy trip. I don't think y'all understand. Like, them folks are starving down there. It's a crazy trip to make. And I applaud Nick Shirley for this, man. Appreciate this. That's why I'm showing it on my live to bring awareness of how crazy this is. And I hope everybody share this part. Like, I'm probably gonna break this down into another video just to show this and everything to bring awareness. He did some good journalism here. Salute.
Living underneath
what's up, Phoenix?
Communism for over 60 years. Upon arrival, I completed all required documents and had received a visa for journalistic activity. However, once I landed, all my camera gear was seized, and within 24 hours, I was planning my escape out of Cuba after their intelligence followed me all day.
Oh man, this is dang. Like again, like because Trump and them been open about like, hey, they better get that situation, man. Genesis, you don't have no earthly idea. Well, we all have an earthly idea. We blessed. Well, let's read.
And a 2-star general came searching for me at the hotel. Now let's go see the reality of Cuba and eventually plan our escape.
And man, Cuban people, I mean, it's some beautiful people, man. Like, man, it's sad, man. Like we have to. Here's the thing, man. Before we go any further, like, let this be like a wake up call for anybody. Like, if anybody come talking about that communism, well, communism never worked. That's all a fucking lie, man. Come on, everybody places where it should thrive. A good ideal should thrive in any condition, damn near.
Out of Cuba. Where are the people at? ¿Dónde está la gente? No hay nadie aquí en la calle. No hay nadie aquí en estas casas. ¿Dónde está la gente?
The problem is that there's no gasoline. It's not easy to move. Anyway, we have a lot of limitation for work.
None of the gas stations are even in operation right now because there's quite literally no gas. When the United States captured Maduro, their main supplier of gas and oil was shut off. So the country right now has hardly any gas. And if you do want to get gas, you have to wait in a line from the government. The guy that we're in our taxi with right now, he said his position to get gas is $1,200 in line, and gas from the government costs around $1. But gas, if you were to buy it on the black market, costs $10 per liter. That's $40 per gallon if you were to buy gas here in Cuba. Before they captured Maduro, was there gasoline in the gas stations?
Always. It was easy. Nowadays it's really bad. But it was easy to get gasoline.
And for you,
every day you can go to the gasoline station and buy it normally. It was normal. But nowadays, it's really bad.
¿Y cómo está sobreviviendo la gente aquí en Cuba?
Just imagine the reality of it. With 1,000 sacrifices and 1,000 daily struggles, the average Cuban citizen is the one really going through absolute hell here in this country.
It's so interesting.
Damn. Oh, man, that's crazy.
I think being here in Cuba because everything is just like empty. It's almost very like North Korea like when you come into a massive plaza and there's not even cars. Listen, right now you can't even hear a car in sight. And they have all of this other portraits of people and past leaders of Cuba, yet there's hardly anyone even here. It's very strange here. They're saying that this is even more quiet than during COVID, during the pandemic.
Yeah, and then like I believe like if you don't have like a government permit to go fish, because you would think, okay, if you starving and something like that, go out there, you on the island, go fish or whatever. I think they even have like quotas on that. You can't go. You have to have like a government situation even to go fish, or they'll come get your ass. So yeah, it's crazy.
Less people are even leaving the streets than during the pandemic. That's how bad the crisis is right now. And the Cuban people simply just don't have money, and they also just do not have the resources like gasoline to be able to go out and continue their normal lives right now. We headed to a nearby hospital, and from this moment on, we noticed we were being followed by Cuban police and their intelligence after the word got out as asking people about communism. Inside of a communist country, there's no such thing as freedom of speech or freedom of the press. In fact, if you speak out against the current regime or against communism, your neighbor can then report you to an area inside of the neighborhood where the government or the police will then come after you, and you have the risk of being imprisoned for speaking out against the regime. And what's the reality of living inside of communism? ¿Qué es la realidad de vivir en comunismo?
Son presidentes todos, son jefes todos.
El gobierno.
Sí, así es que funciona.
Hay mucha gente que está muriendo por el comunismo.
Por eso mismo, porque no hay pastillas.
There's no medicine to give the people. Yeah, I mean, shit, the government gonna keep that shit.
Ya no hay nada para darle a la gente.
And what would be your last message to the people about living life in communism?
Bueno, el último mensaje que daré es que lo más malo que hay aquí en Cuba es el comunismo, que viven todo en comunismo. Eso es lo más malo que hay aquí en Cuba ahora mismo, el comunismo.
¿Y qué piensa ahora de su propio presidente, Canal?
Bueno, yo pienso que no tiene la capacidad para ser presidente, porque nos estamos muriendo de hambre. Si no trabajamos, nos morimos de hambre.
And do you believe that it's the responsibility of the government to give food to the people? ¿Crees que es la responsabilidad del gobierno para dar comida a la gente?
Sí. porque son los jefes, tienen que abastecer al pueblo.
¿Qué piensa de lo que está haciendo Donald Trump con el aceite y con la gasolina, como no está dejando gasolina para entrar? See, like people are very scared to answer and even give questions and respond.
Yeah, nah, he already know his black ass. Better say nothing. They gonna, hey, it's crazy, man.
Responses here because of communism, and because when you say communism, when they say that they control the food or they control the jobs, they also control the freedom of press here. So a lot of people aren't used to talking on camera. And ¿qué piensa eso de
que se singa Díaz Canel? Que se singa Díaz Canel.
Security had noticed that 2 random individuals had appeared while we were doing these interviews, and they decided it was time to leave. What happened while we were conducting some of those interviews?
Man, it should look.
Right now, while we were finishing one of the interviews, some undercover cops, you could just tell they're undercover cops. They came out of nowhere. They got on better used phones than the average person here, and they were right away communicating with each other, and they were trying to corner us out. So that's why we had to get out of there.
So you do have government spies going around making sure that certain things aren't said.
Of course, and we stand out like sore thumbs here. So they're wondering why we're here with cameras, interviewing people. They want to know what's happening and what people are saying. That's why people are not talking to us much.
That's also why you don't ever see any videos come out of Cuba.
That's 100% why you don't see videos come out.
Yeah, man. Yeah, this ain't cool. Like, this is cool. What they doing is cool, but like not being able to say what you gotta say and everything. And then man, like I feel bad for the dudes who just sitting there. They heard all this stuff, but they sitting there like in some of these communist regimes, they be like, well, why you didn't say nothing? Why you didn't speak up? Why you didn't do this? And I mean, that's even dangerous for just sitting there, man. Because like, hey, Nick gotta clean that up, man. Because like you showed them people face, but hey, well, I know, man.
Out of Cuba, it's very limited the videos that you see come out of Cuba because they control everything.
We headed into downtown Havana with the hopes that we'd shake off the 2 spies that were telling us. And I want you to notice the pure decay here. The streets and the buildings look like they're about to fall apart. And this is due to 50 years of no innovation inside of a communist country. We then went into one of the local markets to exchange some cash for some Cuban pesos. And here in Cuba, their inflation has hit really hard here, so their peso does not really go that far, so the dollar does go a lot farther here. In fact, the average salary of someone here for the month is $14 USD. So right now we're exchanging here on the streets of Cuba, and you get a lot better price for your dollar versus if you were to do it at the airport here in Cuba. How would you say life is here in Cuba?
La situación está mala.
What do you think is going to happen with the future of Cuba?
Ustedes que vengan para acá.
¿Crees que los Estados Unidos van a tomar Cuba?
Claro que sí. Claro, tú pueden para acá.
¿Y te gustaría que los Estados Unidos toman Cuba?
Claro que sí.
¿Y por qué?
Porque que vengan, esto aquí está malo.
Oh man.
Claro, para trabajar con ustedes.
What's your opinion about?
They say that, but we actually do what that, man, they're acting fool, man. You know how the game is, but yeah, still, I get the point.
Communism.
El comunismo es malo.
And why is it bad? ¿Por qué está mal?
No está malo, no hay comida aquí.
¿Qué fue el cambio después de Maduro fue capturado?
No me ataques.
Yeah, they can't talk about it. It's kind of interesting asking about these political.
Yeah, well, another thing, Black Cuba's gonna keep it a buck though, man. Like they gonna keep it a buck because I don't understand how Shay looked at black folks, man. Shay Guerrero, man, y'all ain't understand. Like he looked at us like crazy.
Political situations that you could talk about in the United States completely freely, but a lot of people are timid, and you have to respect that because you don't want to put them in a bad situation. But people are very timid to talk about stuff politically here in the streets of Cuba. I mean, look at this one. You have coming down the street right here. This is just normal here in Cuba. It's kind of weird. The reason for old cars here in Cuba is because in 1959 is when communism took effect, and the United States then later put an embargo on Cuba, which stopped new companies from working with Cuba. So all they had left was cars from the 1950s and earlier. Innovation tends not to take place in communism because there's no incentive for an entrepreneur to go out and create something because he'll receive no benefit because the state,
those
the country,
OGs are crazy,
controls what goes in and out, and also how much money.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. Stuff
underneath communism, so it completely kills entrepreneurship, which then kills innovation, and then you come.
Hey, have y'all ever played Black Ops 1? This reminds me of Blackout, like that when you in Cuba mission, man. That reminds me of all that.
Come up with a stagnant society like this one here in Cuba, where they have not developed any much.
I ain't gonna lie, them Jeeps was clean. I was like, ooh, I was looking at the Jeeps.
Further than since around the 1950s. All these buildings here are still standing from the 1950s, but they have not innovated, or there's nothing new here inside this country. It's actually kind of sad to see. This man right here will explain just how dangerous it is to speak out against communism inside of a communist country. How's life in communism? ¿Qué es la realidad? What's the reality of it?
El comunismo. Ya. Esa parte ahí no te puedo contestar esa parte porque no sé qué decirte.
La gente aquí, the people here, no pueden hablar sobre el comunismo o hablar en contra del gobierno.
Aquí tú hablas en contra del comunismo y te meten preso. Te desaparecen. Lo que pasa es que la gente tiene miedo a hablar, ¿me entiendes? Pero aquí tú hablas y te desapareces.
So if you speak bad about communism here in Cuba, you'll be taken to prison and you'll just disappear.
Te pueden meter días preso, ¿me entiendes?
Yeah, some of those Jeeps, man, that's like right after World War II Jeeps. That's crazy.
Te dan golpe y todo.
¿Es imposible para hablar sobre el comunismo?
No tengo nada que decir.
Okay. Yeah, this is what's super interesting about talking about communism. They cannot speak bad about communism here inside of Cuba. And because of the lack of oil inside the country, there's constant blackouts that are taking place each and every single day inside of Cuba. It's even affecting the education of the children. In fact, right now, inside of Cuba, the main university, the university that Fidel Castro attended, is currently shut down. And so right now, the children and the university students of Cuba are having a hard time getting education. This is the National University of Cuba. I mean, this is a huge stadium. They have tons of seats, a track, and a football pitch, but it's all just has not been maintained.
I think those might be Asher Jeeps, because like they did have like the taxis and stuff, and like those old school taxis and like other like Jamaica and stuff like that. That might have been, because you gotta remember, like they had a whole bunch of we had a whole bunch of surplus Jeeps for World War II and everything. They probably gave them to them, but you gotta remember the fall of Fidel. I mean, when the fall of I forgot that fucking name. Batista. The Batista regime, right, was like around early 60s, late 50s, early 60s. So we were still we were still doing deals with them with like surplus and stuff like that. So a lot of those are like the old Cadillacs, old Buicks, old Chryslers, all them old Chevrolets. Then like the Jeeps would have to, if they don't deal with Dodge, Jeeps had to be there too. So that makes sense.
Whatsoever, just the vents are all rusting and eroding. ¿Qué tal la vida aquí en Cuba? How's life here in Cuba?
Más o menos, no tan bien. Hay problemas con el transporte y eso, pero.
What would you say the biggest
where the Jeeps would be before that? Yeah.
Para un joven.
El problema grande que hay en Cuba aquí es la luz.
They probably reformatting them for taxis and stuff.
How many times a day do they cut out the lights?
Casi todos los días, de cualquier hora.
Yeah, how do you live through that as a young child? ¿Cómo se vive eso mientras que está un joven?
No muy bien. El tema de la luz, además del estudio y todo.
So the lights are affecting your entire life. Entonces los luces están afectando toda tu vida.
Cuando viene, a veces no viene más hasta por la mañana, o la quitan general en Cuba entera. Igual.
Some of the best American engineers.
The most touristy thing we could do, and that was to hop into a 1950 Chevrolet and tour the city of Havana with one of the local guides. We did this in the hopes that we would have less people following us. However, it just brought even more attention to us when we got back to the hotel. And how come here you guys still use old cars from the 1950s?
Porque estos son coches tradicionales antes del triunfo de la revolución. Coches del 50, del 59 y quedó de patrimonio de la humanidad y trabajamos para una agencia del gobierno.
So you guys work for the government still?
Del gobierno. Trabajamos para el gobierno.
And this is kind of a random question, but do you know what a Tesla is? ¿Sabe qué es una Tesla?
No.
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 Nunca. La gente aquí en Cuba.
Just
They got on
the build stuff. That's how constant following up. ¿Nunca he escuchado de un auto que se llama un Tesla?
No.
No.
Right off from ass was always shipping G spec. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's cool. You from Iowa? That's cool. Like, I used to work out with a couple cats from Iowa, man. Oh, strong corn eating motherfucker, man. Hey, we used to have some crazy workout sessions back in the Gap.
MW.
Fun times, man.
Right now in Poly Market, there's a 45% chance that there's a clash between the U.S. military and the Cuban military. Do you think there will be a clash with the two militaries in 2026?
Bueno, eso es lo que pensamos muchos cubanos. Eso es lo que pensamos muchos cubanos porque queremos la mejoría.
Yeah, Match TV show. I know what you're talking about.
Para los niños en las escuelas, los hospitales, las casas, los barrios humildes, que tengan una mejoría, ¿me entiendes?
So do you think it would be good if there was some intervention between the two militaries?
Sí, pienso que sí. Pienso que sí. Nosotros lo que queremos es tener la tranquilidad.
¿Qué piensa pasaría? What do you think would happen in that war?
Bueno, no pienso que sea una guerra en total. Pienso que sea una mejoría para el pueblo. Para el pueblo, que es lo que queremos, una mejoría.
Because what's happened here in Cuba has not been good for the general public.
No está pasando bien. No está pasando, no la estamos pasando bien. No.
All it took. Look, man, this is a crazy thing. Because now Trump won the argument when it comes to climate change activism stuff. Because if you just take oil from somebody that they like, that's the worst thing ever. So why we had to get rid of fossil fuels if like it never makes like it legit never made sense of them going against talking about how we using too many fossil fuels and stuff. And then we turn around, switch it around back on administration or a country they like. Now they crying. It never made sense to me. So like he basically destroyed that argument. If you notice, nobody really talking about climate change anymore. If you're paying attention, that's crazy. If you think about it. Now I'm not gonna say no. I'm saying nobody. I'm meaning politicians, the people in the science community. They might still talk about this and that because that's their job. But it's not political. It's not political winning strategy now. Is to talk about climate change. Kind of crazy how fast that went away, man.
Normal que tengamos muchos problemas económicos.
And what did the people of Cuba think about Donald Trump and Marco Rubio?
Bueno, no te puedo decir exactamente qué piensan las personas porque cada cual tiene sus distintos pensamientos. Pero bueno, si es para bien para el pueblo y para nosotros los cubanos, que para bien sea.
You think it's necessary for change to happen here in Cuba? ¿Cree que es necesario que hay cambios aquí?
Sí, pienso que sí. Pienso que sí, muchos años, y todo el pueblo quiere que cambie la cosa.
And what would you say the reality of communism is?
Bueno, la realidad del comunismo, unos sí, otros no.
Oh,
y pienso que
so it's not everybody equal. Oh, it's almost like there's it's always a hierarchy. It's funny how that works. Like they say, like, well, capitalism is brought to people, but then now there's a system that's supposed to be for the people is not even for the people itself. It's almost like it was a lie. It's crazy how that worked, man. Greedy people just be saying a lot of shit just to get you hooked and think, I'll take care of you. Yeah, that mean man, he ain't taking care of you all day. That job, they exploiting you. But then again, you end up getting exploited anyway. It's crazy how that worked. He changed that from the company to the party. That's crazy.
No, unos sí, otros no. Tiene que ser todo parejo.
And it's not like that. No, es así.
Y no es así.
Right now, they say
Al Gore ain't been seen. Al Gore and Tipper Gore haven't been seen in public for the last 10 years. Last time I checked, unless somebody found me a news story saying that they've been kicking it. I wonder if Al Gore was in the Epstein files either, man. I'm just asking. I'm not gonna say he was or wasn't. I just need to, just inquire that.
7 out of 10 people here in Cuba are going without their necessary meals here. Would you say that's true?
Es real. Ahora mismo tenemos muchos problemas con el alimento. El aceite, el arroz, los frijoles, la carne.
I ain't dropped the link.
Muchos problemas. Todo se está yendo para las pymes y todo el mundo no tiene la misma posibilidad de presupuesto para poder comprar los alimentos.
And was this happening before the blockade, or is this just now happening?
Sí, pienso que sí.
So it's not new that this is happening.
No es nuevo, no es nuevo.
For how many years have the people of Cuba been suffering?
Bueno, pienso que hace rato ya, pienso que hace tiempo ya que el pueblo está sufriendo por el tema del alimento y muchas cosas. Que el pueblo...
Hey, if y'all ever been to Yucatan, like any of like Tulum or anything like that, or any Caribbean nation outside of Cuba, of course, because it just now, I think just now could be able to go to Cuba on a regular basis. I ain't gonna say regular basis, on a semi-regular basis. Hey, you know what it is, Genesis One, about the stress part? It's climate. Because think about it, like it's even if you're wet, even in like if you more southern, getting a lot of sun, getting this, getting that, they probably still living off the land somewhat, as in they probably still got underground hunting situation or fishing situation going on. And look, it's hard to be stressed out when every time you go and you see a woman, she's either in a bikini, hog top or a bikini top or something like that, and she even if she's stressed out, she look good. It's hard to be stressed out. Like think about it. Like, why would you ever have a fight in Brazil if you're straight? I mean, one thing they do is they don't play with us. We're gonna have everything together, so don't play with us. But like, it's the reason why Brazil haven't been in any major wars in what 50 to 100 years. You might have a little tip tat in in a favela or something like that. But even that's controlled though. But I won't even go that far, because like if that's controlled, they probably not even eating that much. But the thing is though, like sun, and then like you can't just control all the fruit. Like there's always a way to get food and everything. But I think most of it is just you're not dealing with like horrible weather 75% of the time. You know what I'm saying? And then again, I mean, I don't know. Y'all understand how like a lot of stress free come from, okay, if y'all happy, we won't even think about it. Yeah, they could grow that. Well, they could sneakery grow their own shit. They can't, don't you be successful doing that. They government will come seize that stuff. You know the game. That's communism.
Lo sufre, que no se expresa porque tenemos miedo de la libertad de expresión, porque algunas veces podemos expresar algo que no nos puedan entender y nos perjudica, ¿me entiendes? Por eso es que hay muchas personas que no hablan.
And that's something I have noticed when we have been talking to people, is a lot of people are scared to talk about the current situation here in Cuba because of communism, essentially.
Hay muchas personas que no quieren expresar lo que sienten porque tienen miedo a cualquier tipo de situación, a que puedan ir presos, a que le puedan quitar las casas, a muchas cosas, como ha pasado, que hay personas que han expresado lo que sienten y han tenido problemas con el gobierno.
And how much does it cost right now for gas?
Ahora tenemos $10 un litro de gasolina.
$10 a liter.
Y la estamos comprando en Mercado Negro.
4 liters and a gallon. Y'all do the math.
And how much?
Ahora mira, no hay gasolina en ningún cupe. Por eso que ha subido los impuestos y ha subido todo por el tema del petróleo y la gasolina.
What would be your message to all the people in the world about what's actually happening here in Cuba?
Queremos una mejoría, necesitamos una mejoría para que el pueblo esté bien.
And this is where things began to get really weird. As we arrived back to the hotel, this man began following us. He was all alone and he kept moving as we moved. Security noticed him telling us. We played it cool and left the hotel a few hours later. And after one interview on the street, we caught the web of spies following and monitoring everything I was doing as this man exposed the raw reality of Cuba unfiltered. What happens at nighttime here in Cuba? ¿Qué pasa aquí en la noche?
En la noche tú la ves vacía, que no hay nada. No hay nada.
There's nothing.
No hay diversión, no hay nada, no hay luz, no hay agua, no hay nada. No hay comida, no hay medicamento, no hay nada. Yo no sé hasta cuándo vamos a seguir así.
Would you like the United States to come in and have military intervention here?
Claro, para salir de esta situación. Por supuesto.
I gotta go ahead and say, like, he spies around him and he's saying this openly. Nick got some. Nick, you a crazy little motherfucker, man. I just want to go ahead and establish that. Shout out to Nick. That's insane. That's insane to do. You know the spies around you. You talking loud. You don't give a fuck. But then again, it's in Cuba's best interest not to even fuck with him. Because imagine this. Imagine they snatching him up and do some bullshit. You really gonna have some issues then. Because Nick, everybody in the right and the center rock with Nick because of the Minnesota shit. Like the Quadrillion shirt is selling off the. That's like a big viral thing. You better not. They better not snatch him up. Well, let's read.
What is the situation right now?
Que no hay nada. No tenemos luz. No tenemos comida. No tenemos medicamentos. No tenemos la primera necesidad de un hospital. No hay nada. No tenemos nada. No hay un ser humano que pueda vivir así.
I think they stressed out.
Es demasiado.
And what would be your message to the rest of the world about the realities of what's happening here in Cuba? ¿Cuál sería su mensaje a todo el mundo de la realidad de lo que está pasando aquí en Cuba?
Te estoy diciendo cuál es la verdad. El que te diga algo que no sea lo que yo te estoy diciendo es porque tiene miedo. Pero es lo que está pasando todo el mundo. Mira esa vieja a mí. ¿Dónde está? Con el perro pidiendo comida. Mírala ahí. A todo el mundo. Que no tiene acá. Mírala ahí. Mírala ahí. Dile ahí. Mira. Ven, mírala ahí. Pregúntale ahí.
Hola, señora.
Explícale todo lo que tú estás pasando.
No, pero no sin video.
Sí, la gente no quiere. The people do not want
Pero
video.
ese es el problema, que la gente no quiere video.
Porque
Porque la meten presa. Ese es el problema. El problema es que nos meten presos cuando salten por video. Si ahora tú publicas ese video, si tú publicas ese video, yo voy preso.
Vamos preso.
Preso. Vamos por eso.
What's your thoughts on communism? ¿Qué piensas de comunismo?
Lo más malo que ha existido en la vida. De lo más malo que ha existido en la vida ha sido el comunismo. Porque realmente
it's like a man that's tired. That's what that sounds like. Like I'm listening to how the voice sound. He sound tired of the shit. For real.
Ninguno es comunista.
What do you mean by that? Ninguna
Lo que
es
hacen
comunista.
es enriquecerse y explotar al pueblo. Es lo único que hacen.
¿Qué significa eso para ti? Como no hay ninguna comunista. Como que
No. Porque no hay. Eso no existe. El comunismo es la igualdad del hombre por el hombre. Aquí eso no existe. Aquí eso no existe. Todos ellos son los que tienen todo. Ellos tienen luz. Ellos tienen los mejores carros del año pisteando. Ellos tienen petróleo. Ellos tienen gasolina. Tienen todo. Y el pueblo no tiene nada. Y las mayores bipimis son de ellos.
¿Y por qué piensa que gente defiende el comunismo cuando hemos visto que no funciona?
No funciona. El que defiende el comunismo, nada más que tiene que ser la familia Castro, o alguien que le tenga miedo, o alguien que vive del gobierno, que se enriquece de esa dictadura.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Now in the United States, a lot of people think that communism and socialism is the way to go. What would be your message to them? Because they think capitalism has failed them. Mucha gente en los Estados Unidos ahora creen que comunismo y socialismo es la manera de donde deberíamos ir.
No. Eso es lo peor.
¿Qué sería su mensaje a ellos?
Lo peor que existiera, lo peor que tú puedas hacer en la vida es pasar al socialismo, al comunismo, porque es la gran mierda. No existe el que te vea la miseria, a la obstinación, al hambre, a la hostigación, a todo. Fíjate que nada de lo que tú puedas, nada del salario, nada más te alcanza para comprar una botella de aceite. ¿Cómo tú crees que tú puedes vivir así? ¿Cómo tú puedes vivir con una libreta de razonamiento que nada más que te dan 3 libras de azúcar y una de sal? Y ya, y cada 15, cada 4, 6 meses, 7 años, te dan una posta de pollo o un huevo. El huevo no viene hace un año. Hace un año que no viene el huevo. Imagínate.
See, but man, people ain't had an egg for a year. Make you think about how many people pushing the vegan thing. Like, what's that? I mean, shout out to anybody vegan. I'm not disrespecting that. It's just the push of it. Like, what is really that? Like, I understand that's a lifestyle. Same with the carnivore diet. That's a lifestyle as well. But like, I don't know, it make you think about a lot of things, like how they doing the ration books, and then the people who will be for this are saying they vegan and want everybody to be vegan, or you know, push some type of agenda. You gotta watch out for them type. Let's read.
Que no ha tomado un huevo.
El huevo tienes que comprarlo. El huevo tienes que comprarlo por la calle en las Vipini. Pero el estado, la libreta, ya no tienen nada. Yo no sé qué significa la libreta.
So that's private stores. So y'all not full companies. That's what they. Well, it's not even really been working on. All right, yeah, because it doesn't work.
Porque ya no viene nada. La remesa que ustedes dan, la ayuda, nos la venden a nosotros después. La ayuda nunca viene al pueblo. Lo que tú traes nunca viene al pueblo. Esa gente que viene, que están trayendo toda esa ayuda, esa ayuda tú no la ves. Yo no sé dónde ellos la entregan, pero esa ayuda tú no la ves.
That's crazy.
¿Y qué sería su mensaje a Donald Trump y Marco Rubio?
Donald Trump y Marco Rubio, estoy esperando por ustedes, por favor, para ver si podemos vivir como personas, vivir como ser humano, tener las primeras necesidades como vive un ser humano, porque estamos viviendo peor que los animales. Peor que los animales estamos viviendo.
¿Cree que sería bueno que los Estados Unidos ayuden?
Claro, por supuesto. Todo el mundo está esperando la intervención. La intervención, porque la gente piensa que la intervención.
He talking loud with this, man. Nick, you play the dangerous game, sir.
Que van a matar a la gente, no. Ya ellos saben los puntos claves, que saben que hay el comité central, que es el punto cero, que sabe, todo el mundo sabe dónde están los catos. Ellos saben dónde están los catos.
¿Qué es un buen sueldo aquí en Cuba?
¿Y este?
Uh-oh.
Ahí está.
Shit got real.
Wow. And film that lady. Get a shot of her. Wow. And la última pregunta. This lady had spawned out of nowhere and began spying on us. For instance, look at it. She comes into frame right here, earlier. And then she hides behind the lamppost. And then all of a sudden, she starts filming us. And then when she goes to the other side of the lamppost, she then begins to act like she's on a phone call. However, she continues to point her camera towards our direction. The guy I'm interviewing then notices that she's filming us. He goes and confronts her, and she runs to the other side of the street. She then turns the corner, and my security guard follows her to see where she goes. And who does she meet up with? She meets up with the man who was following us inside of the hotel. And after we had confirmed that we were being followed by Cuban intelligence and their spies were spying on us, we hurried back up to our hotel room and made a plan to escape Cuba.
She makes her way through the woods to him, and then he goes, no, like saying, don't sit here. Boom, sits there. So they're together, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Come back to the hotel, buddy's there. They're 100% watching us. Option 2 is, there's no more flights out today. They're 100% on.
So you think we gotta leave tomorrow morning?
If we're gonna deal with the pressure at one point, which I think we're going to anyways, we do it trying to leave early at the airport where there's public eyes. We're in Cuba, we're in Comitown. So this is a different ballgame for all of us.
Think we can get a boat tonight?
I was thinking about making a call to see if we were to do that, how far would the U.S. Coast Guard need us to be? They're 1,000%.
Oh shit! It got real.
This is literally the North Korea of Latin America, and we have spies on us.
They're 100%. 100%. We're not there. I'm 100% convinced. But if we grab our bags right now, we make an escape, they're going to say, hey, they just took off. They're going to shut this whole bitch down looking for us.
And to make things even worse, Cuba was having their May Day march just outside our hotel in the morning. So all around the hotel, military and Cuba government was surrounding the hotel, protecting the streets for the march the next morning. My thoughts. So tomorrow, they're going to have the march for the May 1st march. It's a big march. So it starts at 6. They're either going to come for us by 3 or 4. So we have to be out of here by then. And whether that's us bouncing on the city, in a pair of two and one off on their own, and maybe I'll meet back up. But we have to distract them enough by the time it's our time to board on the airport at 8 a.m. They're too occupied doing this march thing. We took a bit of a risky move.
This like a goddamn spy novel now.
And headed down to the lobby to act as if we had no idea they were spying on us and act very casual. So security puffed on some Cuban cigars. I drank some water. Security chatted up with some of the people working at the hotel. And then we went back upstairs and barricaded ourselves into the hotel room for the night. And then at 4 a.m. we made our attempt to escape the hotel. All right, 4 a.m. now. We're in the elevator. We're heading down to the bottom lobby. And we're making our way out. Right now, the people are gathering out on the streets. We have one of the security guards down the bottom, making sure that it's clear for us to walk out of the lobby right now. And now we're heading out, getting on a taxi, and making our way to there.
I'm surprised their room wasn't bugged. They should have already been knowing exactly what's going on. But like Cuba would not be. It would not be a smart thing to hold Nick Shirley. I mean, I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you. Like they had to let him out. I mean, they would have held Nick Shirley up. Trump would have shit. The Navy would have been down there. They would have been in a bad situation. That's right.
As fast as possible. One of the security guards was stopped by someone at the hotel as she asked why we are leaving the hotel early, and she would not let us leave. They were stalling for some reason, and then when we did try to make it out to go get a taxi, the guy barely let us out the door, and then when we got out to get a taxi, they called us back in. We're running into some complications here, just trying to get out. They're asking why are we trying to leave the hotel early.
How dare you leave the hotel early?
And they took us into the back room of the hotel, and we had a meeting with a 2-star judge.
It's remarkable that communism have an immigration police. I thought all immigration police were just so evil and so racist and so all this and so all that. Ain't that crazy? That's insane. Makes you think like our Democrats are full of shit. Let's read.
General, who interrogated us for 10 to 15 minutes about why we're trying to leave Cuba.
And when they trying to leave, not trying to stay, they trying to leave.
What kind of questions we were asking the people on the streets, what kind of footage we got. The general then said we could go, and he said they would get us a taxi to the airport. However, we waited for 5 minutes, and there was no taxi. We thought we were about to get set up, so we left the hotel and set off on foot to escape Cuba. As soon as we made it down to the hotel lobby, they had their guys down there. We had immigration, and they brought us in for an interview. Gabe, so what's the current circumstances that we got going on right now in Cuba? We're trying to find a taxi. We've left the hotel. We're a few miles out now. No taxis or anywhere. How are we getting out of Cuba?
So, number one, second we got downstairs, we had, what you want to call their undercover police, walking through the lobby, just playing it cool, acting like there's nothing. Once you and I came downstairs, and you guys made your way out to the front, 2-star general came out of nowhere, and
that's just insane. Imagine you going to like Jamaica and 2-star general want to question you out of nowhere. It's just a crazy prospect. Like there's no reason for a 2-star general to want to investigate any movement of a fucking tourist unless they hedify spies, like, you know, and they gonna know. But really, it's gonna be somebody below that 2-star that's gonna be calling them. It's a little crazy. Go ahead.
He asked as politely as possible, but with firm action, like, hey, I need to sit down. We need to talk to you guys. And then he realized that he was pressing, so he's like, hey, could you just bring in your friend so we could talk? And I was like, oh, what's going on? And he goes, I would want to talk inside. That's when he came outside to the outside lobby. I was trying to just engage the conversation there, and he said, I would like to talk inside. We had our conversation. Now they let us leave, and now we're on foot by the university and the hospital. And we got about another 1.5 miles to the airport, 2 miles. So we're on foot. Hopefully we can get a taxi at some point if we don't get squeezed in before.
And there's no taxis out right now. That's a bit of a problem right now. The streets are empty.
Empty, and everybody's going the opposite direction.
By the grace of God, we found one taxi driver in all of Havana who agreed to take us to the airport. The only problem, it's a tricycle that only goes 10 miles per hour. All right, we got our taxi.
Hey, Mazda, I was trying
That's our taxi to the airport. Not the taxi I thought we were going to get into to make it to the airport. This is our taxi we have right now. It's the only option we had available. We're going to try to find another car taxi because this is taking too long to get to the airport. And our flight's going to leave without us. And right now we currently have the entire government of Cuba onto us knowing that we're trying to leave the country. Now, we weren't able to get another taxi. We've been in this taxi for the past hour or so. The sun came up, finally made it to the airport, and now this is our last stretch in order to get out of Cuba. They might press us one more time inside the airport, so we don't know exactly. We're not out of here for certain, for good. They might make one last push at the airport. They could either ask us some more questions or not let us board our flight. They do have all my camera gear inside the airport right now, so we have to get all of that. Everyone's on the know that we're trying to leave Cuba right now. We'll see if they let us board on the flight. We made it to the airport, and now I had to go get my camera gear that they had seized just 24 hours before. They questioned me for another 30 minutes. They then took one of my security guards, questioned him as well, and then they ended up letting us get onto. Oh my gosh! Muchas gracias. Gracias. Oh, we're making it onto the plane right now. I've never been so happy to make it onto a plane.
Get your motherfucker ass in that plane.
I got pulled up by two guys. They wanted to do the smooth approach, like, hey, what's going on? Why are you guys here? Why are you guys leaving so soon? You guys got here yesterday. After going back and forth, and I was done with the small talk already. I was like, bro, if something's going to happen, let it happen already. And he's like, I'm like, listen, we had a 2-star general at our hotel at 5 a.m. You guys are here now. We were pressed all day yesterday. What's up? And he's like, even the president knows that you guys are here.
The president of Communist Cuba knew that we were here.
He knows that we were here. Facts. They know. They've been watching us all day. They know that we're here. So
you might not see
fucking president
happier man in the world right now.
Feels like Christmas morning. How are you?
Made it out. Oh my gosh.
Man, that's insane. Shout out Nick Shirley. I'm gonna put, matter of fact, let me do this. I'm gonna put this description of this not description, put this link on the description. Let me do that right now. Bam. It is. That. I do that when I'm done. Never mind. Yeah, that was insane. And something just dropped. I want to say, well, while I'm on stream, the reality is though is like one of the worst things about communism is people get so the fighters pretty much probably all got killed off years and years ago. So they beat you down so much, they make you distrust so much, then it starts getting like passive aggressive. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's hard for them to rise up, because like right now, like China should rise up and everything, but it's hard. Like once you kill off the warriors of they killed off masculinity, the sheer will of like resisting authoritarian government and everything. It's hard to chin up that type of anger again, man, because people don't seen the effects of it. It's a sad situation. That's why you need to celebrate your boys, man. Make sure they know when to fight or not, man. You know, the Warriors Creed and everything. I can get deep in that. But this is the last story I got. Apparently, foreign agents this goes on with the Chinese foreign agent that was a mayor of a California town. So this is more of something like that going on.
Well, we've got Russian government involvement, we believe, in Los Angeles. We got the Chinese government involved in a big fraud ring in New York. And of course, the Cuban connection that you mentioned was pointed out to me by the former mayor of Miami, Francis Suarez, who pointed out that we've got twice as many durable medical equipment suppliers. They sell wheelchairs and canes, twice as many as there are McDonald's in South Florida. And the owners all seem to be Cuban, and they flee back to Cuba with the money when we come after them. So this is primarily about allowing the American people to have integrity within the healthcare system. And again, with Medicare and Medicaid, there's a handshake agreement we have, especially when we start offering services that are designed to protect you because your family is not doing them for you. I'll give you one concrete example. New York State, where you are right now, the #1 job in the entire state is not retail, it's not folks working in shops, it's personal care services. Why? It's because it's a jobs program for the state. Almost 500,000 people in that state are being paid to carry groceries upstairs for their parents or for their neighbor. Again, these are jobs your family would do for you. That creates jobs in a state.
Healthy living.
That generates tax revenue, but it comes from the federal government.
You know what? Thinking about it, Dr. Oz, Fetterman is actually on the roll. Like I reposted something where Fetterman said, that might have been a perfect storm. That might be what you call a perfect storm because like Fetterman said something about the Democrat Party that was something true. That's an observation I made. Like they have a big time masculinity issue. Like real men. If you can't connect with your average Joe that like to watch football, because the thing is, that party become more of the nagging type. I know that's gonna sound sexist to somebody saying that or whatever. I'm gonna speak the truth. Like, and I've seen it. Some parts of the right do this too. Like this whole purity test and everything. This whole, like for example, here's a good example, right? Okay. I'm pretty much a PC gamer, pretty much a nerd and everything, right? But it's aspects of the community, the gaming community, because like of a lot of the politics that was going on when it comes to games, like Gamergate, the whole night. Gamergate was a scandal that kind of ushered in the Me Too era. It ushered in a lot of that. So, with that being said, that's one of the first times where a large group of men felt like people was attacking them. I ain't gonna say people attacked, they were attacking them, lecturing them, everything like that. So eventually that's how we get Trumps, that's how we get a lot of this stuff. So what's happening now is that now since since people of that ilk is winning sort of the culture war now. Like a lot of people going back on Me Too, a lot of people going back on a lot of the DEI stuff. Now it's starting to become a purity test between on that side where if I would say, hey, I'm playing this game, I like how they redid this game, I'm gonna give it a chance. They don't want you to forget how this company treated you, this and this and that, even though the people that was in that company or whatever probably got laid off because there's been a lot of tech layoffs. So now it's a thing going on right now. With that being said, like the Dems right now, they have a massive masculinity issue when it comes to just allow men to be men over there. Like everybody gotta. I mean, you want to make us apologize for everything, especially if you white dude, especially if you black dude. Because I found a video. They were talking about how it's another one of those root video. You know, I showed a Root article about the straight black man is the white man of the black community. And it was supposed to be a joke, but it was a lot of things they believe in, right? Because like straight black man is not going to be with a lot of the alphabet stuff. It's just not. I mean, we literally say pause every time we say something like somewhat questionable. We say a lot of this stuff to like make sure we differentiate ourselves away from somebody of that community. No disrespect. We just want to make sure there's literally no similarity or whatever. Or no, we just make sure people know we not on that type of time. But then they see that as a problem. They see that as toxic masculinity. They see that, you know, they see that as being a phobe or this and that. It's gonna always turn off your average dude that just what he want to do. Most dudes don't want to even talk about politics unless it's really super effective. No, meaning like if you start messing around our kids, start messing around our ability to protect ourselves, messing around our ability to make money to provide for our kids, or you make it that now it's hard for me to find somebody suitable to carry out my legacy with. You know what I'm saying? So now when you do that, and then on top of that, when you go and emasculate these boys, there's gonna be resentment. And it's hard to convince a man to vote for a woman when you've been emasculating them. It's gonna be hard to do it. It's not that they being sexist. They just gonna have a natural resentment. No different than, you know, if abusive man ended up becoming president of the United States and was openly about being abusive and you know, championing it to a point. That's what we see. That's what these boys are seeing. Like we champion these women. Like Kamala should never been championed because of how she conducted herself in the Michael Jackson case. Like anybody go research that and go research how she was giddy about locking people up and stuff. Not saying that locking people up is always wrong. People need to get locked up sometimes, but these are not these was considered a lot as petty crimes compared to a lot of stuff that's going on in the state of California, i.e. the fraud right now. You didn't go after them. And then your first choice in vice president is somebody that was benefiting from the fraud in Minnesota. Like they raised record number of money that fast from that. Like nobody knew who fucking Tim Watts was, but you got him for a reason. And y'all look the other way at other things. That's why you had the quality lyrics system. Hey, and hey, Phoenix, I'm not even gonna debate you on that. That's more likely the case. But I mean I can't confirm or deny that. But the fact of the matter is though, like the Democrats wonder why they having an issue with the black vote slowly, but like you literally disrespecting black men every time, because like we not even considered the black community anymore. One time y'all consider us if we getting pulled up, we getting mistreated by the cops. Some of the cops y'all hired, which ironic enough, people don't talk about that. Because it's funny how some of the worst situations, poorly trained cops always happen in blue city or blue state. It's remarkable how that happened. And then the ones that actually are, you know what I'm saying, like the situation in South Carolina when that cop actually did do some F stuff, and when I know that was North Carolina when I forgot that dude's name, when the cop actually popped in the back, pause, you know what I'm saying, and try to stage the whole crime scene. He got his they ran him up the totem pole type, not totem pole, that's the wrong saying. They sent him up the river in the situation with that state trooper where the man was doing a lawful order with state trooper in South Carolina, and he messed around and shot him. So yeah, it happens. Like I said, these cops are human too. But then again, like, you know, who they got punished, and then some of the places in these blue states, like they getting deals, and they doing this and doing that, and then you could be able to perpetrate, you know, racism. It's a lot of racism where then turn around and go fund, allegedly go fund the racist organization, which is what, you know, what's so crazy about that is that Southern Poverty Law Center. I'm going on a little rant here because I feel some type of way after watching that Cuba thing. Did y'all know that up in like Oregon, that like Antifa, there's like a little slight alliance with like Antifa with like the neo-Nazis up there. Did y'all know about that? It's funny how like that's allegedly. I won't say that just because I'm not gonna be able to pull up the exact facts and stuff, but I heard a lot of stuff up there, man. It's remarkable how like they know who to talk to. Makes you think. And then, but see, then they'll hair up and get us upset. Cause like, I mean, I haven't even went over some of the other stuff I should go over. Saw another story. Hold up. About oh yeah, Spencer Pratt. That whole situation crazy. No. Man, you know who been getting roasted? Fucking Chud the Builder. And he rightly so, man. I'm not gonna play that shit, man, because like damn. Oh, Spencer Pratt, he's gonna be, man, like right now the right got so. Oh yeah, I might go over that tomorrow about Nick Fuentes talking about he gonna vote for the Democrats. I'm like, motherfucker, you in Chicago. Yeah, I mean, come on. You're not fooling us. But hey, thank you, Genesis. I think I'm about to go and lay it down too, because it's more things I go over. I go over tomorrow. So I think that's about it, man. Y'all know the deal. Like, share, and subscribe, man. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope y'all please share. I'm probably gonna have to break that into a sub segment, and so y'all can share that. Cause like Nick is crazy. We need to see that, but Nick, man, dude, you crazy as hell. Ain't no way. How desperate they are right now, and how crazy, how paranoid they are. Ain't no way I'll even be in that country right now, man. But y'all know, yeah, like, share, and subscribe, man. Salute. Peace.